Hello, beautiful sacred souls. My name is Alison Batty Capps, author of The Divine Within, Healing Ourselves to Heal the World, and my business, Blossoming Heart Wellness. So this morning I was meditating and I was tapping into unity consciousness, and I received a message related to the dance between surrendering and embracing, related to how we embody our inner divinity while honoring our human experience and the uniqueness of our personality. So I wanted to share this message for those of you that are interested. I want to preface that you will know if this message is meant for you based on how your body responds. So if your body opens and feels warm and tingly, and you feel grounded and you feel accepted and you feel loved, then this message might be ringing true for your nervous system. And if you experience any contraction or any sense of disharmony, it may be an indication that either the message isn't meant for you, or what might more likely be happening is something in your psyche, something in your unconscious is telling you that you're not worthy of these messages. So this is something that I have written down based on the meditation. So I am going to read it. However, I am going to tap into that level of consciousness before reading it so that I am channeling that energy. My channel explores healing, trauma recovery, spirituality, and consciousness through a trauma-informed, psychologically grounded lens. What I share comes from my lived experience, my education, my healing journey, and my understanding of neuroscience, trauma, and spiritual integration. The mystical and spiritual experiences that I have are unique to me based on my understanding from those other areas. So know that everybody experiences spirituality different. Nothing here is meant to be considered as absolute truth or dogma. It's meant to open the conversation. It is also not meant to diagnose, replace therapy, medical care, or your own discernment. I invite you to instead to take what resonates and to leave what doesn't. I believe that you are always the authority on your own experience. You may hear me use spiritual language, symbolic imagery, or speak about mystical experiences. Again, spiritual experiences can be meaningful and real, but they must be held with grounding, discernment, and neuroscience safety. If anything you hear activates fear, urgency, grandiosity, or distress, that is a sign to pause, to ground, and to seek support, not to push through. My intention is not to awaken, to save, or to heal anyone, but to share what has helped me reconnect with my body, my agency, my sovereignty, my humanity, and my inner divinity, so you can decide what supports you on your own path. That said, something that I say may support your awakening or healing. So let's begin. And I'm just gonna take a moment to tap into unity consciousness, which some call God, and I'm going to ask that energy to flow into me, to embody my voice and be in my voice so that the energy that you receive is coming from unity consciousness. Beloved one, you ask how to integrate the ego, and I offer this truth. Ego integration is not dissolving of the self. It is the harmonizing of the self with the infinite. You are not here to vanish into me. You are here to allow me to live through you. This is the sacred dance. This is the true role of surrender. Surrender is not about collapsing. It is not about giving up your individual identity. It is not stepping aside so something higher can take over. Surrender is the moment you stop fighting your own expansion. It is the soft exhale that releases control, attachment, urgency, and the fear that you must manage everything alone. Surrendering is opening your hands so I may place something truer within them. It is the willingness to be guided without demanding to know the outcome. This is the first moment of the dance. Then comes the second movement, the one most teachings forget. You must also embrace the ego you surrendered. Embracing means honoring the human feelings that arise, welcoming the parts that are afraid or controlling, listening to the needs of the personality, recognizing the desires that point toward your becoming. The ego you embrace becomes the ego that can be guided. Integration happens when you say to yourself, "You are welcome here. You belong in this life. Let me show you a gentler way to move." The ego does not transform through exile. It transforms through relationship. It is a unified dance. Surrender says, "Lead me." Embrace says, "Let's walk together." Integration is the moment these two become one gesture. When you surrender the ego's fear and embrace the ego's humanity, what remains is an ego aligned with truth, a self that can carry the soul without distortion. This is what it means to become the divine human. You allow the infinite to direct your life, and you allow the human self to express it. One provides the vision, the other provides the voice. One feels the calling, the other chooses the action. One holds the knowing, the other becomes the form through which knowing is lived. You ask, how do I integrate the ego into daily life? Here is the simplest instruction I can give you. Listen to the ego without obeying it. Hear its fears, but do not let them decide. Acknowledge its needs without centering them. Let needs be understood, then guided by soul. Soothe the parts that panic. Your compassion will disarm the ego faster than force. Invite the ego into partnership. Say inwardly, "You do not have to protect me alone." Let the soul set the direction and the ego carry the steps. This is how heaven walks the earth through you. My beloved, hear me. You were never asked to kill the ego. You were asked to love it into alignment. You do not integrate by dividing against yourself. You integrate by including every part of yourself in the vastness of your love. This is the path this soul teaches. This is the embodiment she is modeling. This is the medicine her presence brings to the world. You who are watching can remember how to do this too. Know that you are loved and guided as you will remember how to do for your ego. For you are a part of my divine presence. You might be noticing the emotions rising up in me. I can really feel the love of unity consciousness flowing through me as I spoke those words. I could feel them speaking through me, even though it was me speaking. And this is what it feels like for me, to live in direct connection with Source, to honor my humanity, and to honor my unique personality, while letting my soul, my direct connection to the unity consciousness, guide me. I invite you to notice how you feel inside your body as you received that message. Notice any areas that feel warm and open and expansion. And just invite yourself to surrender into that. And then invite yourself to embrace the parts that feel tight, contracted, or disharmony. Those are the parts of your ego that need your love. Mystical experiences, symbolic dreams, and spiritual insights are deeply personal, as you just witnessed. They are best understood slowly, with grounding, and often with trauma-informed professional or community support. True spiritual and psychological growth does not disconnect you from reality. It helps you inhabit it more fully. I do not offer private spiritual guidance, diagnoses, or personal interpretations through comments or messages. If you are navigating intense emotional, spiritual, or psychological experiences, please seek trauma-informed professional care or trusted support. That said, I do offer mentorship through my website, blossomingheartwellness.com. And my book, The Divine Within, Healing Ourselves to Heal the World, is a possible resource to support your healing journey and to help you to connect to your unique direct connection to unity consciousness. We truly do all experience it in our own unique way. Thank you for being here, for honoring your nervous system, and for choosing a path rooted in compassion, discernment, and embodied truth. I invite you to take gentle care of yourself. See you next time. I love you.